Hey skiers, getting ready for the 23 season. I know I am. And God, how long have I been doing this? Since the early 60s and not done yet. Listen, this is very unprofessional. I apologize. This is not going to be edited. I'm just going to go straight through the thing and hope it benefits you. I got a new skiing backpack here. It's an Osprey Kamber 16 liter. And it's a little bit smaller than my the regular backpack that I take out, but my regular backpack is probably about twice this size, and it was never comfortable skiing with it, so I'd always take it off and attach it by a security cable to a ski rack and just leave it there and then come back to it if I needed something. But I wanted to get something a little bit smaller that I could carry with me while I'm skiing, to take, to have immediate access to goggles and sunglasses and other things, snacks and stuff like that. A lot of these things you can carry in the pocket of your jacket, so that's, that's fine for those that want to do that. And I've done that. But it's nice to have something that's going to, have a little bit of carrying capability, so I can carry extra things. I belong to, just a little plug here, I belong to a ski club called Snow Jokes out of Seattle, and we take numerous ski trips throughout the country, and including at least one ski trip to a European destination. And the European ski resorts are vast, on a par of what you'll find in Colorado and other major destination resorts. So you can get way, way, way back up on a hill and wish you had an extra pair of gloves, or maybe it's a hot day and you want to peel something off and stash it away, and rather than going all the way back down to the bottom or whatever, you can have a backpack like this to put these extra things in. Anyway, check us out, snowjokes.org. Great group, great fun. Starting out, I was very impressed with the Osprey's zipper pulls. They're rubber reinforced. You can get your thumb in these things, even with a pair of gloves on. So that makes it nice. And I'm just going to go through things here at random. Like I said, this is totally unplanned, unscripted. I'm just blabbing away here, and hopefully I can cover a lot of things. I didn't see anything on YouTube about the Osprey Kamber, at least the 16 liter, and so that's kind of why I'm doing this. I kind of stumbled along trying to figure out all the pouches and things like that, so hopefully this will be helpful for you too. The pack is capable of strapping a snowboard on the back or skis. Now, it's got straps up here in a hidden pocket, and also straps down here in a hidden pocket. So if you need to use those to strap a snowboard to your back, or a pair of skis, well, you can do that. And they're nice. It's a nice feature that if you're not using them for that purpose, they just stow out of the way. They're not going to get hung up on a chairlift or anything like that. The shoulder straps are quite comfortable, very easily adjustable. There's a sternum strap, of course. And the waist belt, initially I thought, oh shoot, it doesn't have any padding on it, but good Lord, we're wearing jackets and sweaters and all kinds of stuff, so it doesn't really need padding. It's just a day pack. It's not something that you would something you probably wouldn't choose if you're doing some serious backcountry skiing. So it's just perfectly fine for day trips. It's got a feature here on the back that will shed snow. So if you take a tumble and you get snow down between your pack and your back, it's going to shed and not melt and seep into your jacket and cause dampness. So that's a nice feature. And it's also got a very interesting strap over here. If you can see, that says H2O. And I was like, what the heck? And I discovered, well, there's actually a sleeve here. You can see me unzipping this sleeve and opening it up. And on the inside here, you can put a bladder here, and I have one. Oh, where's the bladder? This is a bladder that I use for my Camelback, and they make one for the Osprey. But if you know, if you're any kind of an outdoors person, you probably already have a Camelback or something similar to that. So I'm sure that that could probably be used. But anyway, this bladder is going to go inside this pouch, and then the hose, the drinking hose, is going to go down this opening here at the top of the strap. And it's just going to stick right in there. I'm not going to put it in right now because I've got my mouthpiece on. I don't want to take it off. But it could go inside there, and the drinking hose will be zipped up inside your shoulder strap, like that. So that if you need to take a sip, you can just unzip it from the bottom, pull this out, and bring it up and drink from it. And the nice thing about that sleeve is that it's going to keep the water in it from freezing if you're in pretty cold conditions. I already have a neoprene sleeve on mine, and it's never been a problem. I've mountaineered with this in sub-freezing temperatures, and it's been just fine. I learned that lesson the hard way. One of my first glacier climbs years ago, my water froze in here, so I ended up having to stick it inside my jacket to thaw it out. But this thing here works great. But if you don't have a neoprene sleeve, an insulation sleeve, then this is a really nice feature. If you don't want to use it for that particular purpose, you can always squeeze a few snacks and power bars in here and zip them up and have them available to you, or anything else that you want to use it for. That's kind of a neat little feature. Inside, it's got plenty of room inside. My goodness. I mean, you know, they say the more room you have, the more stuff you're going to fill it with. So, you know, take that for whatever it's worth. Little strap here for odds and ends. I've got a carabiner, a multi-carabiner on here, and I've also got a Swiss Army knife dangling from it, so that's in there. I've got a neck gaiter here. I've got an extra pair of gloves. I've got a beanie, and I've got a pair of mittens. And so these things I'll just have in there, and they'll be available to me if I need them. And then I still have plenty of room if I want to shed a windbreaker or a jacket or a sweater. I've still got plenty of room in this larger capacity section of the pack to put that stuff in. And zip her up. The next section here is something that I think is a little bit more suitable for carrying smaller items. I have a waterproof notepad here. I've got some snacks going into this little pouch here. There's a handy little chain here for hanging your car keys, I guess. And then there's another accessory pocket in here, and I have my security cable that I carry in that. And this is just the way that I do it. You can do it any way you want. You know, I found that these are just some of the ways that I like to do things, but you know, for your purposes, you may want to do something entirely different. I've got a space blanket here, set of matches. Now, I'm not going to be planning on doing any off-piste or backcountry skiing with this pack. If I was to do that, I would take a completely different pack, and I would be carrying you know, things that would be more conducive for my survival if I got into trouble out in the backcountry. But I'm going to be on the groomers. I may be in and out of a few trees here and there, but it's not like I'm going to need something to sustain me over a 24-hour period or so. So that's that's what I have there. Somewhere in one of these things, I've got a whistle. You know, you could fall into a tree well, and somebody, you know, people may be just skiing by you and not see you. So it's good to have a whistle here, and I've got it in here in one of these pockets. I just can't remember which one. Better find out where that's at before I fall into a tree well. So there's that. Now here's a nice little feature on the outside here, and this is a nice padded exterior pocket here, and this is good for my extra set of ski goggles and also for my sunglasses. If I'm not wearing them that day and the sun starts to poke out and I don't need my goggles, I like to transition to my sunglasses. Let's see what else we got here. I think that just about covers it. I've got a list of notes here. Sternum strap, non-padded waistband, zipper pull. Yeah, I think that just about does it. So I hope this helps you out a little bit, gives you some ideas about what some of these features are for. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, and I couldn't find anything about this on the Osprey website. Now I mentioned that on this sleeve, on this strap over here, you have the sleeve for the water hose. Well, you have another thing over here that's got the same thing. You can't put a water hose in there. Well, you could, but you can't access it on the end of the strap. But it does go down all the way, the full length of the left side strap. And I'm not quite sure what would go in there. I thought, well, maybe avalanche poles, but if you put avalanche poles or anything that's non-flexible in here, then it's just going to make this left side shoulder strap completely rigid. So I don't know exactly what the thinking is about that, unless they just designed, when they were designing the strap, they just duplicated it and there you go. I really don't know. Maybe somebody from Osprey, if they happen to see this, you know, they'll give us a clue to what that's for. Okay, so really that's about it. I can't think of anything else. It's got all nice little bells and whistles on it. Perfectly good pack for day skiing. Like I said, if you're going to do any multi-day skiing or any backcountry work, then you're going to want something a little more, something larger volume that can carry all the things that you're going to need for backcountry survival and overnight. So that's it. Thanks very much. It was a lot of fun doing this, and sorry for the unprofessionalism of it all, but I thought this might help some of you that are looking for a good day ski pack and was interested about some of the features of this particular one. So thanks. Have a great ski season.